Fellow suitors, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as we are all well aware, COVID restrictions necessitated the cancellation of Selkirk common riding for the second year in a row. This decision wasn't taken lightly because it's a huge loss to the town, being the focal point of Selkirk's year. It crops up in conversation all the time, with things being discussed happening either before the common riding or after the common riding. When things that happened in the past are discussed, actual dates don't get mentioned, just, it was so-and-so's year, and a Royal Borough Standard Bearer is named. So 2020 and 2021 will be the COVID years, just as 2001 is the foot and mouth year. We must, therefore, look ahead with positivity to 2022. Selkirk Common Riding Trust have had a new bussing platform made for the Victoria Hall. It was designed and constructed in Selkirk, and our plan now is to have a new casting platform made. Since we will own them, they will save us the ever-increasing costs of hiring. They will be used for the first time in 2022, and we have been assured they will last for at least 30 years. So, on 29th April 2022, a young man will be carried from the town hall as Royal Borough Standard Bearer. Then the build-up to the big day. Presentation nights, dinners, and bussing concerts will all, I am sure, take place with capacity audiences. If absence makes the heart grow fonder, the turnout on Common Riding Day will be bigger and more enthusiastic than ever, and I, personally, can't wait to see it. Once again, crowds will march round the town at 6 a.m. Our borough flag will then be bussed and handed over to the standard bearer. The second drum will sound and we will head down to the river to see the cavalcade set foot. After breakfast, that light-hearted march to the toll to see them safe in and meet folk we haven't seen in ages, sometimes years. Then the climb up Bleachfield Road, along Scots Place and the High Street to a packed marketplace to witness the colour and pageantry of Selkirk's flags being cast. And then that poignant silence when we remember not only our history, but also common riding's past spent with loved ones who are no longer with us. The atmosphere in the marketplace at that time makes it seem like they're standing beside us. Then the closing ceremony. The standard bearer informs the Provost that our borough lands are in good order and the flag is returned, unsullied and untarnished. All that I have just described taking place to the accompaniment of our wonderful bands and the voices of suitors singing our old songs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Selkirk common riding is always special. Together, we can make Common Riding 22 extra special. I hope you enjoy this virtual Common Riding concert and that it brings you many happy memories of happier times.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As chairman of Selkirk Extender Bearers Association, I hope I find you all in good health and safe after what has been a very tough time for everybody during this pandemic. Unfortunately, we find ourselves yet again, due to the pandemic, unable to commemorate our much-loved comrading. However, the health and safety of us all must come first, so that we are all here in years to come to carry out and witness our ancient traditions, from the Flute band at 4 AM to the spectacular casting of the colours and the haunting sounds of the lilting. Tonight would have been the night before the morn. As 8 PM approaches, the long line of Selkirk ex-Royal Borough standard bearers would slowly march towards the Flodden Memorial known as Fletcher. This act of remembrance to the only suitor known to have survived the Battle of Flodden touches the heart of every ex-standard bearer each year. This act of remembrance over the last 2 years had to be changed due to regulations, but I think you'll agree the floral tributes laid by each ex-standard bearer was a lovely sight to behold. Selkirk Ex-Standard Bearers Association this year has 3 ex-standard bearers celebrating their respective anniversaries. Tonight we congratulate Elliot Grieve on reaching his Diamond Jubilee as Royal Borough Standard Bearer, Peter Scott on reaching his Golden Jubilee, and David Hope on reaching his Silver Jubilee, both as Royal Borough Standard Bearers. Hopefully better days are just around the corner, so everybody can meet up at some point during the summer to celebrate your respective anniversaries. Congratulations, gentlemen. I would also like to take this opportunity on behalf of Selkirk Ex-Standard Bearers Association to wish all the other crafts and association standard bearers and lady bussers celebrating anniversaries this year all the very best, and congratulations on reaching your respective anniversaries. I hope you all have a great weekend, whatever you have planned, and it brings back great memories of your year in office. Over the last few weeks, the association once again approached the local schools and set an essay and art competition for the local school children. A selection of these can be seen in the shop windows over the next few weeks. Also, we asked local school children to design a borough flag and attach it to a pole, and then cast it on the small platform built in the grounds of the Victoria Hall. Parents were requested to download the videos onto the Selkirk Comrading page on Facebook, and I can safely say, going by some of the videos, we have some great up-and-coming standard bearers of the future. The charity ride organised by the Ex-Standard Bearers Association has once again been affected by the regulations, but we hope to have it back up and running in 2022 to continue to support local good charities and good causes. This will hopefully give a financial boost to the local horse hirers greatly affected by the cancellation of the comradings and festivals over the last 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this comrading weekend will be another strange one indeed. Our ancient rites and traditions will be put on hold for another year, but as ex-Provost Len Thompson once said, changes will come along, Selkirk comrading will go on. Whatever you have planned over the weekend, enjoy it and stay safe, so we can all look forward to the sound of the first drum and Selkirk comrading 2022. Thank you and take care.
The wildwood's grow Hello all. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alan Tuff and I am privileged to be the current Deacon of the Selkirk Incorporation of Hammermen, whose members are drawn from the town's tradesmen and tradeswomen. As Deacon, I consider myself fortunate to be part of a strong, enthusiastic committee which has indeed made my term in office a pleasure. Last year seen many of our lady bussers and their standard bearers sadly miss out on celebrating their significant anniversaries in the normal fashion. And this year is no different. However, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the following. For 2021, we have 25th anniversary standard bearer, engineer Robin Scott and his wife and lady busser Linda. This year sees another engineer, Jim Julian, celebrating his 40th anniversary since being Hammerman standard bearer, as does his wife and lady busser Esther. 50 years ago, the late Watty Robertson, a plasterer to trade, cast the Hammerman's flag. He is survived by his daughter, Valerie McGowan, who was his lady busser. 60 years ago, Kathleen Guthrie, now residing in Huddersfield, was the lady busser for her older brother, plasterer Alan Simpson. Sadly, Alan is no longer with us. 1946 sees the first common riding after the hostilities of World War II, when the recently passed away Stuart Russell cast our ancient flag. However, celebrating an amazing 75 years since bussing Stuart's flag is Kathleen Thompson. Congratulations to Kathleen and all the aforementioned. I would also like to take this opportunity to afford a special mention to another 1946 lady busser, Jill Wood, who also celebrates her 75th anniversary since bussing the shoemaker's flag. On behalf of our incorporation, I sincerely hope June 2021 brings back many fond and happy memories to you all. The Hammermen were granted their seal of cause in 1681, and in 10 years we will be celebrating a fantastic 350 years of continuous tradition in our old tune. However, this year we have another fantastic achievement to celebrate, circumstances allowing the opening of our Hammermen's Hall in August. Once again, I must take this opportunity to thank all the members, friends and the Selkirk organisations who have given support, time and financial assistance, without which the whole project would have never been the success that it is. We are eternally grateful. And for your information, there are still a few engraved floor bricks available from any good committee member. All being well, 2022 will see things return to normal and our ancient flag being carried at the front of the procession on the common riding day. But in my opinion, even more important than the flag itself will be the beating hearts that follow the flag and also the strong hands that carry it around the town, maintaining our aged traditions and with our heads held high. Until that day, I wish you all the best and please stay safe. Thank you.
I wander today to the hill, Maggie, to watch the scene below. The creek and the creaking old mill, Maggie, as we used to go long ago. The green grove is gone from the hill, Maggie, where first the daisy sprung. The creaking old mill is still, Maggie, since you and I were young. And now we are aged and grey, Maggie, and the trials of life nearly done. Let us sing of the days that are gone, Maggie, when you and I were young. A city so silent and lone, Maggie, where the young, the gay and the best, in polished white mansions of stone, Maggie, have each found a place to rest. Is built where the birds used to play, Maggie, and join in the songs that were sung. For we sang as gay as they, Maggie, when you and I were young. And now we are aged and grey, Maggie, and the trials of life nearly done. Let us sing of the days that are gone, Maggie, since you and I were young. They say I am feeble with age, Maggie, my steps are less sprightly than then. My face is a well-written page, Maggie, but time alone was the pen. They say we are aged and grey, Maggie, as sprayed by the white breakers flung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, when you and I were young. And now we are aged and grey, Maggie, and the trials of life nearly done. Let us sing of the days that are gone, Maggie, since you and I were young.
Hello folks, I hope you are all doing okay. I'm Mick Quinn and I'm the Deacon of the Selkirk Incorporation of Weavers. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organisers of this virtual concert, as not only does it give us a wee bit entertainment, but it gives me the chance to publicly acknowledge our anniversary standard bearers. Now, unfortunately, the Rolling Stones have had to cancel their much anticipated appearance this year, as Mick Jagger is still self-isolating in the Bahamas, but he sends his best wishes and hopes he can make it next year. The Weavers have 4 anniversary standard bearers this year. Our 60th is Robert Hurd, or Bob as we knew him. The Hurds and the Quinns were neighbours in Fairfield for many years. Unfortunately, Bob passed some years ago. He served his time as a weaver in Dalgleish, and it was while working there that he cast our flag. He had a spell in Exacta before returning to the trade in Claridge Mill. His lady busser was Christine Hurd. Our 5th anniversary standard bearer this year is Alan Brownlee. Alan left school at 15 and went straight into an apprenticeship as a pattern weaver with George Roberts and Company. Alan was first approached to be standard bearer at the tender age of 16, which was not unusual in those days. But as it turned out, Doug Nisbet had already been asked, so Alan had to wait till he was 26 for his turn. Alan was taught how to cast by Tom Lucky, and his lady busser was the late Aileen Tate. Our 25th anniversary standard bearer is Mitchell Thompson. Mitchell started out as a drawer in Heather Mills. He worked his way up to being a tuner on sonnet looms and stayed with Heather Mills until they closed. In its day, Heather Mills were one of the largest employers in Selkirk. He worked for Nobles of Peebles for a year before securing a position as a tuner weaver with Lochcarron, where he still works. We also have a 10-year anniversary standard bearer, but unfortunately I can't for the life of me remember who it was. I do remember he had the look of an athlete and was very clever at the high school. I know he passed up a life of academic achievements to start work in the package dyeing department in Laidlaw and Fairgrieve. I also know he did stints in the wool blending department and the wool store under Wattie Dixon and Teat Grieve. If only I could remember his name. Oh well, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Well folks, that's enough from me. I'm looking forward to next year when we can celebrate the common riding properly. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the concert. Look after yourself and I'll see you all next year.
Oh, life is the welter in the tongue to the exile that's long been a roaming. Time brings to mind the old songs that were sung in the sailors' far side of the globe. It brings back the scent of the heathery grace, of sin of the wee Barney's wimple, the laughing and laughing all youth's happy days, when his cheek's deepest line was a dimple. What though in the halls of the great we may meet, we men of high rank and broader, or outside for him and him music is sweet as the soft lowland tongue of the border. Full often the wanderer comes back in dreams to banks where the hazels are growing, but Evian, Gala, or Jet's bonny streams, or Tweed's crystal waters are rowing. He hears the old tongue fill the start border lad, as he follows the glow of the harrow. The bardy lass sings it in strings sweet though sad, on the banks of the Ettrick and Yarrow. What though in the heart of the great we may meet, we men of high rank and broader, perhaps I for him and the music is sweet as the soft lowland tongue of the border. The tongue that was spoken by Lady and Scott, by home near the lonely St. Mary's, shall never by true border heads be forgot, though times with the changes may vary. Oh, long may sweet peace and prosperity reign, and keep our dear Haines in disorder, and long may we welcome that old world stream, the soft lowland town of the border. What though in the heart of the great we may meet, we men of high rank and broader, or hence I for him and the music is sweet as the soft lowland town of the border.
Welcome. What brings you here this special night, this special time of year? I'll tell you what I think it is, if you'll just lend me your ear. These are the opening lines to the late, great Billy Stark's epic poem, The Flags. For many people, this is the main focus of the common riding, and by association, the standard bearers who have been appointed. Gone back to your own craft reforming in 1980, but unable to cast your flag due to its worn state, it wasn't till the following year that this was carried out. To Lindsay Grieve and Lady Buss her wife Gail, congratulations on your 40th anniversary. I'll also like to take this opportunity to say well done to your 25th anniversary standard bearer, George Hammond, and his Lady Busser, Joyce Hay. George was employed in Halliwell's for about 18 years before its sad demise, and is currently working in Baird's o' Melrose. He's well kent as the chairman of the Galley Suitors, and many a tale has been told about his unique style of presentation. I'll tell you this wee story about him then. A few years ago, in his capacity as chairman, he stood up and without uttering a word, let go an absolute ripper. It echoed right round the hall, and without batting an eyelid, turned to the Gala Brawlass and says, "Was that you, Hen?" This then is the unique style of Mr. Hammond, and as I say, congratulations, George, and we'll see you sometime soon. Thanks very much.
Neath the shadows down the meadows, red leaves lie on every side. By the river flowers shiver, fading, dying in their pride. Someone staying long delaying, the parting down the lane. I must leave you, someone saying, till the roses come again. When the roses come again, when the roses come again, I will meet you, I will greet you, when the roses come again. As I wander, I will ponder on a happy by and by, of a summer over yonder, fraught with joy to you and I. Do not borrow grief or sorrow in the hours that yet remain. We shall know a glad tomorrow, when the roses come again, when the roses come again, when the roses come again. I will meet you, I will greet you, when the roses come again. Sunshine over crimson clover, blossoms on the meadows wide. all their sadness turned to gladness. Now the roses come again. When the roses come again. When the roses come again. I will meet you, I will greet you. When the roses come again. When the roses come again. When the roses come again. I will meet you, I will greet you. When the roses come again.
Hi everyone, hope you're all safe and well. It's been far too long since we've been able to meet and embrace our ancient rights and customs as a community. As the first line of the opening song at our annual busing concert reads, "'Tis years since last we met and we may not meet again. Sadly, this has become all too real for some. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those who have suffered loss during this time." By now, in Selkirk's common riding calendar, standard bearers would have been appointed, flag practices started, and momentum gathering towards the big day. The last two common ridings would have seen 25 and 50-year-old milestones for the following Colonial standard bearers and lady bussers: Gordon and May Stuart, Canada; James and Alexander Turnbull, USA; Duncan Stuart and Phyllis Christie, Canada; William Rathy and Ibu Yani, Indonesia. I'd also like to mention our Colonial Society busing concert community singing stalwart lead for many years, Faulkner Grieve. Last year would have marked 50 years since Faulkner was Royal Borough standard bearer. I'm sure both him and his horse were ready and willing to go one last time to check the town's North March. Hopefully for Faulkner that option is still available. At this time things do look promising and there seems to be a glimmer of golden light at the end of the tunnel just in time for next year. As I'm sure some of you will have noticed, I'm standing here in the Flodden 500 anniversary garden by myself. Annually on this site, on the evening of our busing concert, the Society group photo is taken of those who have made the long journey to be here, joining in the festivities of Common Riding Week. Hopefully travel restrictions will be lifted soon and we can all look forward to meeting friends and family for all the arts. The hall is booked, the reception venue is booked. I have the golden banner in my hand ready for our next standard bearer, whoever that may be. So, brush up on your singing, be safe getting here, be safe getting home. Look forward to seeing you all in 2022. Till then, take care.
The Wheatons all upon us, our Boningtons they see. There's Gallahoi and Melrose, take mention only in Ree. There's Yen that stands upon a hill, looks down on all the rest, and that's who reindeer Selkirk, the two we knew the best. All Selkirk, she's ancient but she's raw, man of the body border cruise, the favorites know them all. The flag we won at Flodden, though tattered now and torn, still bears a silent message for every suitor born. It tells of sons in days of home, were gallant, bold and free, whose record stands untarnished in Borgh chivalry. On Selkirk, she's ancient but she's raw, man of the bonny border tunes, the fairest of them all. While lovers sing of beauties, of rivers, lochs and rills, we still can sing o' Yarrow and Selkirk's heather hills. So let us pray to rain we stop, the place we all adore. God bless her ancient royal tune, be new and evermore. On Selkirk, she's ancient but she's raw, man of the bonny border cruise, the fairest of them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching this, and whatever time of day it is where you are, on behalf of Selkirk Merchant Company, I send greetings to you all. It feels very strange to be standing in this empty hall where so many of our common riding concerts, dinners and bussings take place. In better times, we would by now be into another common riding season. But even though we cannot join together in the usual way, I'm delighted to have the chance to share a small piece of Selkirk Merchant Company's online common riding with you all. Thanks must go to the Common Riding Trust for their imaginative efforts to ensure that the 2021 common riding does not go unmarked. And I'd also like to thank Rob Gray for filming and editing our virtual celebrations. In a normal year, the Merchant Company flag is bussed on the Tuesday of Common Riding Week. It is adorned with the ribbons of our standard bearer and a number of his predecessors. Sadly, of course, we cannot follow that tradition this year. However, we're now standing in front of the ceremonial flag of the Merchant Company, the one that is normally carried in the procession. And we are taking the opportunity of this occasion to mark two significant anniversaries which take place this year. 2021 marks both a silver and a golden jubilee. It is 25 years since Jim Coburn cast the company flag in 1996, and it is 50 years since Elliot Grieve represented the company as standard bearer in 1971. To mark this milestone, and to honour these gentlemen, we have attached their ribbons to the flag today. I am proud and delighted to congratulate Jim and Elliot on their anniversaries, and to convey the very best wishes of the company to them both. Even in these strange times, I hope that the day brings back many happy memories of the common ridings of 1996 and 1971. Each year at our bussing dinner, we invite a guest speaker to propose the toast to Selkirk Merchant Company and the Royal and Ancient Borough. The speaker is usually someone known for their skills and talent as an orator. Today, you will have to settle for me, I'm afraid. While these have been difficult times here and throughout the world, we can still count ourselves lucky in Selkirk. The community spirit in the town, which is so much a part of our common riding, carried us through the worst of the pandemic. We saw local groups react speedily, helping with shopping, medicine delivery, and many other practical actions for folk who suddenly found themselves unable to leave their homes. Local traders organised delivery services, local restaurants provided takeaway meals, and, when they were allowed, shops remained open, while strictly observing the rules which have helped to keep us safe. There were countless acts of individual kindness and generosity, as neighbours looked around to see how they could assist others, from walking dogs to trips to the post office. It is impossible to know exactly how many, especially as so many were undertaken anonymously. We have lots of reasons to be grateful to our fellow citizens, and so it was in recognition of all this that the Merchant Company presented the James Oliver Memorial Award for 2020 to the people of Selkirk. So here we are, more than a year since the first lockdown, and it is becoming clear that Selkirk is actually thriving. As restrictions ease and we move into a more relaxed phase, businesses are opening up all over the town. A number of independent businesses with an incredible range of services have appeared in different parts of the town. To name just a few, and with apologies to any I have missed out, we have an art gallery, a bicycle repair business, a hardware store, gift shops, a repair and reuse facility, and several places to relax and eat and drink. These are all opening up alongside the existing businesses in the town. And I would like to emphasise one word: independent. These are all local people who have invested their time and their capital and their energy to fill the town with interesting places to shop and browse and to hang out. And let's not forget the farmers' market, bringing so many different types of trader to the town each month. There is only one national retail business in the whole town, which must be some kind of record for a town this size. Whether these new enterprises continue to survive and hopefully to flourish is entirely down to us. We must support them with all of our retail spend. Forget online parking. Park your mouse and take a walk around the town. If you can't find the gift or the service that you're looking for in the borough, then the chances are you're not looking hard enough. So, in closing, I am optimistic about the future for the town, and I'm hopeful that we've got through the worst. We adhered to the rules, we helped each other out, we got this far, and now we can look forward to the time to come, to a common riding next year, when we can all gather together to march behind the bands, follow the flags, and celebrate our heritage, our history, and our future. On behalf of Selkirk Merchant Company, I wish you all a good common riding. Thank you.
Good evening folks, and I hope you're enjoying this virtual concert. My name is Stuart Lunt and I am the current chairperson for Selkirk Ex-Soldiers Association. 2021 is a special year for the Ex-Soldiers Association. Not only is it the 100-year anniversary of the Royal British Legion and Poppy Scotland, but we as an association have our own special celebration. This year marks the 70th year anniversary of Bill Ainsley casting the flag for the ex-soldiers. Generally our standard bearers are of, let's say, a more mature age, so reaching the 50-year mark is an achievement. So to have a 70-year anniversary is indeed special. As some of you will know, Bill enlisted into the army in 1944 and was posted to the 7th Battalion of the King's Own Scottish Borderers and completed his airborne training course, which allows him the honour of wearing the coveted maroon beret. Bill was then involved in the relief of Norway at the end of the Second World War, and because of his involvement was recently presented with the Victory Coin, which was issued to all veterans who participated in the Allied war effort during either VE Day or VJ Day. I'm sure you will join myself and the Ex-Soldiers Association in congratulating Bill on reaching this tremendous milestone, and hopefully 2022 will allow us to celebrate with Bill accordingly. I should also make mention of our 50-year standard bearer, Albert Kippen, sadly no longer with us. Also, congratulations to our 25-year standard bearer, Andrew Sterricks, and our 10-year standard bearer, Alex Williams. I hope you all stay safe and enjoy the remainder of this concert, and I would like to thank the Common Riding Committee on behalf of the ex-soldiers for organising this concert, and hopefully things can return to normal soon and allow the Common Riding to return next year. Good night.
flowers o' the forest are all weed at bugs in the morning, me blithe lads are scorning, lassies are lately and dowie and way. Nae daffin, nae gabbin, but sighing and sobbing. Ilka in lift her leglin, and he's her awoe. At e'en in the gloamin', nae swankies are roamin', 'bout stocks wi' the lassies at bogle to play. Ilka maid sits dreary, lamenting her dearie. The flowers o' the forest are all weed awoe. Doolan way to the order, sent to lads to the border, the English for yens by guile on the day. The flowers o' the forest that focht I the foremaist, the prime o'er land, noo lie cold in the clay. We'll hear nae mair lilting at the yow milking. Women and bairnies are heartless and weak, sighing and moaning on ilka green loaning. The flute